I thought Colin, Turner, and John, the spark that they gave us off the bench, it got us going. Turner was lights out in the first half, and we kind of came out a little sluggish. Those guys come in and really spark us, so I'm proud of those guys. I thought again it was a great defensive effort by us. We held them to 40% from the field, 26% from the three-point line. We did a great job moving the basketball. We have 19 assists. Leland has 10. Cozart, he does what Cozart does. 16 points, 13 rebounds. And then I thought Michael, that three that Michael hit, really, I think that kind of put the game away. So proud of our guys. Jacksonville, they're a physical, tough group. And we knew that going in, and so proud of our guys. It's the best conference start since 1959-60, right, KB? I think that's 64 years ago. So that's a heck of a thing they've accomplished. So, but listen, North Florida's coming in here on Saturday. They got a great team. They're as hot as anybody in the league, including us. They're shooting the ball at a high level. They're playing together. They've got a great rhythm, a great vibe about them. So it'll be a heck of a challenge for us on Saturday.
You brought up the best start since 59-60 in conference play, and I know there's plenty more to go in ASUN play, but for this team to have that accomplishment to get off to this kind of start, especially after going through a rough December, what does it say about the fortitude of this group to stick together and get off 6 straight wins?
But the best thing about this group is there's a couple things, but they'll never quit. They never, ever quit. That's who we were last year. That's what made that's why we led the conference in attendance for the first time in school history. Everybody fell in love with this team and their fight and their never quit attitude. Like we go to the CBI, we get down every single game, then we got to go to overtime, and then in the championship game we got down like 17 or I think it's 17-18 to Charlotte, a really good team who's having a great season and come all the way back. So these guys will never quit and they'll never stop fighting, and they love each other. They're like genuinely, they are a family. They genuinely love each other. Like you could see when Turner, John, Colin went in there and sparked us. There was like it was just about us winning. It wasn't it wasn't Tay-Tay's night. He was happy as anybody in the locker room. So that's what makes this team special.
I mean, I know obviously the plan probably wasn't to lose 5 straight in December to go into winning 6 straight now. But was there, even though the results weren't going your way, was there anything you noticed even in some of those defeats that, gave you an inkling that, okay, once conference play goes around, once the schedule lightens up a bit, that this team had something like a 6-0 start in them?
Yeah, and listen, our December schedule was really tough. We played I think it was the 36th or 37th toughest non-conference schedule in the country. Like our December included Purdue, Alabama, at Western Kentucky, at UNCG, at Troy. I think even Louisiana was in there. All those teams are having really good seasons. And nobody pulled away from us but Alabama and Purdue. We did a lot of good things. We've made so many improvements on the defensive end. Our defense has become our best offense. We're getting stops. We're getting out in transition. Right now we're leading our league in defensive field goal efficiency. So we're doing great things on the defense end. We've really grown there.
Yeah, I think Coach took a stat sheet and was even looking at what Jacksonville was shooting when he was walking out of the room here. So, can you kind of detail some of those improvements and where you think you've made the biggest strides from some of those moments earlier in the season to now?
We're doing a much better job finishing possessions. We're doing a much better job guarding the three-point line. At one time early in the year, we were one of the worst teams in the country defending the three-point line. Then you look at tonight, they go 1 for 9 in the first half. We're doing a great job finishing possessions, guarding the three-point line. And then our perimeter defense has gotten a lot better. We had Cooper Robb last year. He was our perimeter anchor. And we got a lot of guys back, but it's a new team. And we had to kind of fill that void. And Tayshawn's gotten better, Leland's gotten better. I think Colin Cooper has given us a huge lift on the defensive end. So it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, speaking of Colin, obviously he's an experienced player, especially in ASUN, the 4 years at Central Arkansas. But coming in here, assimilating so quickly and providing what he has for you guys, why has he been able to fit in so seamlessly and been such a big part of this start?
It's because his passion to win and doing winning stuff. You know, like, he doesn't lose 50-50 balls. Like, he just doesn't lose them. Like, if there's a loose ball, Colin Cooper will be the first guy on that floor diving on it. Like, he's like the ultimate warrior. And, like, the guys love him because all he wants to do is win. Like, all he doesn't, you know, that's all he wants to do is win, whatever he's got to do. So he's given us a huge lift. You know, he fits us so well.
Coach also talked about how maybe, you know, I know he's not the most vocal guy, you know, even the best of times, but he was talking about you guys challenging him, the coaching staff, to be more of a leader, be more vocal. I think even, you know, find more confidence within himself. So what has his progression been like this season, to where he's still producing what he can on the court, but also doing maybe those little fifth-year type guy things that help you guys win?
And last year, Cozart thought I was crazy, and I probably am. But last year, I told her, like, if you don't call for the ball, Cozy, we're not. I told the guards, do not throw it to him. You know, I needed him to be more assertive and call for that ball, demand the ball. And the way he grew at the end of last year, now he's just taken off this year. Like, our guys, I mean, they're like searching for him, and he's ducking in, he's demanding the ball, he's calling for the ball. He's like a whole new person. And I'm really proud of him because he's so coachable.
I mean, 16-13 tonight, he's averaging a double-double. I mean, you've seen a lot of basketball in your years. Is it, like, what was your level of frustration, if that's the right word, with a guy who's that dominant, has that array of post moves, yet wasn't, you know, demanding the ball and wanting it?
Well, it was a process because, you know, things didn't go great for him at Western. And, you know, he lost that passion. And we had to get that back. And so, you know, he's come a long way. But he's having a historic season. Like, he had the first triple-double in school history. He's getting ready to break the all-time record with blocks, right, KB, in the career in 2 seasons. Like, he's got the record for most blocks in the game, most blocks in a season, most blocks averaged in a season. Like, what he's doing is it's impressive. It's impressive.
I think was he leading the country in blocks? Or?
He's leading the country in blocks. He's also leading the country in offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And he's like 6th in the country in field goal percentage.
He finished his career in the top 10 in the ASUN career blocks list, even though he only played 2 years in ASUN.
So that kind of player on both ends of the court, how does that, I mean, just help you guys flow and give you guys, you know, maybe some different versatile looks?
Well, he saves possessions. You know, like, you know, it's not even just the blocks. It's just his presence down there. Like, he changes so many shots. And so, like, you know, he bails us out a lot.
I mean, I know North Florida's coming in here tomorrow or Saturday afternoon, and that'll be a tough one. But, you know, regardless of, like, staying undefeated in conference play, but just getting through the conference season, doing what you guys need to do to put yourself in a good position for the ASUN tournament, what's going to be the 2 or 3 biggest keys for this team continuing this strong level of play over the next few weeks?
We got to continue to defend at a high level. We're rebounding the ball at a high level. Like, if you look at our national stats in rebounding, they're like through the roof. Mm-hmm. Like, we're top 10 in offensive rebounds a game. We're top, I think, 5 in rebounds a game. Like, we're defending and we're rebounding. You know, we got to continue to do that. Like, we got a good shooting team. It didn't look like that early in the year, but we got a good shooting team, which hurt us some last year. So we just got to keep doing those things, and we'll be fine. But there's a long way to go. Long way to go.
And I guess lastly, I think it was Coz and maybe Turner as well brought up the fact that, you know, going through that December and some of those low points was maybe one of the best things that could have happened to this team, because it forced you guys to, you know, maybe look in the mirror, you know, bring that passion, stick together. From your perspective on the bench, what do you think was the biggest and best thing that come out of, you know, losing 5 straight games to be able on the other side now with 6 straight wins?
You know what? I'll be honest. I don't want to do it again. I don't. I mean, I remember looking at KB. I'm like, gosh, almighty KB, what we gonna do? You know, but look, that we knew we would never quit. You know, we knew that we had a ton of fight in us. And, you know, when we got into league play, we started playing better basketball. We've got off to a hot start. So, but getting off to a 6-0 start and having the best start since 1959-60, we never even thought about that. That's not it. So we got to just continue to focus on the process and getting better. You know, we got a big game on Saturday. It'll be a huge challenge for us.
Can you touch real quick like in the win on Team Jared night?
Yeah, listen, Team Jared night, is probably the coolest thing that we do in our program. Jared Chitwood was a ball boy for us for 4 seasons. At 15, he got diagnosed with leukemia. A year later, he passed away. Nobody should lose their life when they're 15 years old. So we do Team Jared night to raise awareness for cancer. We had a huge pep rally in the new rec center. It was unbelievable. We had over 200 people that came. Jared's mom, Kim, is a phenomenal person. She is one of my heroes in life. She's just amazing. She told Jared's story in front of everybody, you know, and then we had what we called the Walk for a Cure, where we all walked in, took a group shot in front of alumni, and it was really powerful. It was really powerful. Probably the most powerful thing, Dom, was Kim talking to our guys last night, and then talking to our guys about who Jared was, what type of person he was. What Jared was, he was a giver. He always put other people first. He was a servant leader. That's what he was. And what our guys did is, you know, it wasn't about what you can do financially sometimes, and that's why I explained to him last night. It's like, let's use your influence. You know, you guys get on social media, you know, get the message out to other people on campus, other students on campus, other student athletes on campus to come support this event, you know. And what happened was we had a huge turnout. There were so many student athletes over there, and I'm proud of our guys because they really they rallied behind Team Jared and Kim and Todd, and made this a special night.